Hi everyone, welcome back for another week at Brambleberry Cottage. If you're new here, my name is Gina. My husband Paul, we do a lot of work around our yard and garden and also in our home. If you can see behind this sectional here, we have some work to be done. Some of the faux stone we did is starting to fall apart. So we have some work to do on that. But I did add a new sectional that I got on Wayfair, which was awesome. This project, I'll tell you, has been a really rough project. I'm showing you this blueberry corral as we had put it up to protect the blueberries from the birds. It's time to take it down. It's no longer necessary. Because we like to reuse and recycle, we are going to use some of these elements towards our fence project.
A few weeks ago we put our garden shed in this spot, but it's a little on the small side for what we need. We've since purchased a bigger one online. It just came in yesterday. So we're going to prep this area on the ground and stain the fence to put up our new shed. Let's do this. Okay, it looks like the patio is about the right size I need. I'm going to dump some regular sand on it and sweep it into the cracks and water it in. And then I'm going to dump in some polymeric sand on top of that and sweep that in and water it in. The reason for the two different kinds of sand is, of course, money saving. The regular sand I put in was free. The polymeric sand is rather pricey. So that way it'll have a nice base at the bottom and I won't take as much polymeric to fill out the cracks. I'm going to let that dry a bit before I spread that polymeric sand. And here it is, my new shed. I'm not going to film myself putting it together because it's supposed to be hours of frustrating work, but I will show you the finished product. So there it is, finally finished. Yes, it was a lot of hard, frustrating work, but very happy with the results. Came out great. Plenty of storage for all I need. Could not have done it without the rest of the fearless crew. Gina and Jacob helped a lot with this project. And the rest, we are working to clean up this area. I just got a new compost bin to add to my compost tumbler. I'm going to move this tumbler right next to that bin over there once I level off the ground a little bit. And we're going to clean up this whole area. It is, as you can see, a big mess. So bear with us while I continue to clean this up. Okay, we have now taken the liner out of the old pond. Now I'm going to use a garden hose and trace out the rough shape of the new pond. I'm keeping this area narrow here because we're going to have a little bridge going over, we hope. He's going to love the new pond. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking at a little bridge, maybe right across here. Pond's going to widen out around this area, without that hosta, of course. Pond gets wider over there, and deeper all around. Well, we'll maintain the 36-inch depth that we have here, but we'll make that bigger, of course. So, I've got to run this plan by the boss and see if this is going to be acceptable to all parties involved, and then we'll get to work digging. Well, that's not good. Found some old rusted rebar or something under here as I'm digging. Perfect to puncture a pond liner. So we're going to have to be real careful to get all of that out. Some of these are just tree roots. Looks like a whole ball of rusted rebar. That's soil in there, not concrete, so yikes. I don't know if you can see what else I unearthed. A boulder, not sure how big. We'll find as we keep digging. Hopefully it's movable. So, at least we know it's movable. Whether I can move it out of this hole or not remains to be seen. But either way, it'll make a welcome addition to our pond surround. My intent is to try to build a ramp that I can roll it up. You may wonder where I'm putting all this soil. You may not wonder, but either way, I've got some low spots under my fence that I want to fill in. There's always somewhere in the yard that can use more soil. Success. So we've decided to put a lattice topper on our fence to give us a little extra privacy. So I've purchased some lattice online from Lowe's. It just came in. I'm going to also rip down some 1x4s, pressure treated, for the trim for the lattice. And we're going to extend those posts, those 4x4 posts, make them a little taller. I bought some of those as well. So we're going to cut those down, stain them, and get them into place and get this fence extension up. Okay, I'm going to rip down these 1x4s to make them 1x2s. So I've stained all my boards. My plan had been to install the lattice topper and then finish staining the fence. Just because installing the topper is more exciting than staining the fence. But it turns out I forgot. I have to stain that top bit of the fence so I can put the topper on. I won't be able to stain it afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and stain just the top edge of the fence, the top foot or so, down to that first board. And then I'm going to install the lattice topper, and I'll eventually stain the rest of the fence after that. So I'm going to cut these 4x8 sheets of lattice into 2-foot strips, so it'll be 2x8. I'm just going to snap a line down the middle to mark it. Not sure what method I'm going to use to cut them yet. I'm going to try these snips first, and if these don't work, I'll move on to the next idea. Oh, maybe these are the way to go. So my lattice is 2 feet wide, and I'm going to basically put my lattice, the bottom of the lattice will be at the top of that top support board. I'm going to measure from those posts to see what will make 2 feet above that board, and cut my 4x4s at that length, and then I'm going to extend those 4x4s. This one's 23.5 inches. Now I'm going to make sure this fits in the spot. So if the top of that 4x4 post is a little bit angled, that will make this whole extension angled, and I'd have to angle the cut to match. So let's go find out. Well, there's a little staple in that one. I'm going to pre-drill for some screws. Now we're going to screw it in place. Now we're going to add a 1x2 cross beam from the other side of the fence. Alright, it's time to get a piece of lattice up there and then put another cross piece on the other side of the lattice, lining up with that cross piece. So apparently that happened. That's a lot easier from this side. So when I'm finished adding all these, I'm going to add another piece of 1x2 along the bottom edge on this side to kind of finish it off, like so. Something like that. So I put a screw at each end of those top moldings there, but I'm going to add a screw or two towards the middle to kind of bind it all together better. Okay, yes, we ran out of stain. And yes, Gina asked me to pick some up at Lowe's. And yes, I forgot. Anyways, I'm about to add the bottom trim to this lattice on our fence, which I must say is looking pretty good. I'm going to start at that end down there, work my way forward. There we go. Time to put together our new grill. The old one fell apart, and it's definitely time for something new. Hopefully I can figure it out.
Now Paul is putting together our new swing. We really do love our swings, and it was really time for an upgrade. He had kind of put one together through an old swing that we had. We had kept the frame and he had built one. It was great for a long time, but we were ready for a new model. And there's some new great ones out there, and we found it on Wayfair. So we are now putting that together, and we can't wait to use it sitting right next to our new pond when that's finished too. It's going to take a while, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. we have some more work to do, but it looks great so far. Little by little, we're seeing some big improvements. We've had a lot of mishaps with this project, but we know in the end it'll all be worth it. So little by little, we hope that you'll enjoy all of our footage of what we're doing for this project. This is becoming a summer-long project, but I can't wait to see what it looks like for years to come to enjoy. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join our Brambleberry Cottage family. Again, I'm Gina, my husband Paul. We're so thrilled to have you here. If you do like this type of video, please press the like button. It really does help support our channel when you subscribe and like our videos, so we can continue to provide more videos for you. Thanks for watching. We hope you're having a wonderful summer. See you next week.